Hey, we're live. Woo! Hey, everybody. It's Mark and Amanda. Amanda and Mark.
Yep.
Never mind. I can't think of a good combo name.
No. I can't.
Sorry. It's like Bradgelina, or what was it? No, never mind.
Bradgelina was a thing, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
right,
I'm asking Grace. She's shaking her head. She
Okay.
said yes.
Anyway, the important point is we're going to talk about convention today. And we are excited that it's only 3 weeks away. Oh, we're excited and a
Does
little
somebody
nervous.
have a
We need a paper bag, please.
I
Stop.
think it's going to be great. Did you know that we have over 200 people registered now?
Woo, woo.
I know.
They're flocking to this amazing event. $50. Well, I did do the math this time, and that's $2. And
You didn't do the math. I did it this morning.
Okay,
told
well,
you.
I double checked your math. It was $50 for 20 credits, 20 CE credits.
Yeah.
That is $2.50 a credit. If that is not the most, I don't know, amazing price you'll ever hear, I don't know. That's
I spend
awesome.
more on my Dunkin' Donuts.
Right.
I don't even Starbucks.
Right.
My Dunkin' Donuts coffee costs me more every morning.
Let's just say spend a little bit on Amazon. That's $50. So, but the good news is we have national speakers. So these aren't speakers that you see all the time, and we're getting them through. Obviously it's virtual, but we're really excited to have them speak to our Iowa realtors. We think it's going to be a great conference.
Yeah.
So, Amanda, tell us about Mr. Brent Lancaster.
Brent is awesome. So Brent actually has I love his experience, right? So he's a broker owner.
Mm-hmm.
He also runs one of the oldest real estate schools
Oh,
in the United States. He runs Bob Brooks Real Estate School, and so he's in this, right? He understands, how to talk to adult learners. He understands the business side of it. He runs both. Him and his wife run a brokerage. I kind of like Laura better than I like Brent. No, I'm just joking. But they're a good crew, and he's got some really great stuff.
Sure.
So we're doing something a little bit different this year. All our CE sessions are an hour long, but some of them are 2 parts. So they'll be broken up. There's so much content. There's so much good stuff that we're doing some sessions. You'll see it. It'll say part 1, part 2.
Yep. Well, 55 minutes. You just can't get all you want done sometimes in 55 minutes.
Sometimes,
Let's be honest,
yeah,
right?
absolutely. So you don't necessarily have to attend part 1. You can jump in for part 2, just knowing that you're going to kind of miss that first section. You'll still get your hour of continuing education.
Sure.
But, one of his first sessions that he's got on Tuesday is called Planning for Profit. I know, I like profit.
That sounds
I'm
good.
a big fan of it.
In order to stay in business, we have to make a profit.
Correct.
Right? Okay.
And I think his point with this class is to help educate, the average agent who, makes money throughout the years, doing great,
Sure.
doing great, and then Uncle Sam comes knocking, right? How you take everything you've made in your business, or, having this and turning it into a career, turning it into an actual business and creating a business plan. And we know that I love a plan. Right?
She's a planner.
I love a plan.
I think the hard part and part of the reason why realtors, let's be honest, don't survive in this business is because, those first 3 years are the toughest 3 years, right?
They're very hard.
And you've got to have a plan. If you don't have a plan and you don't stick to that plan, it's going to be hard to survive. And so he's going to help you think out those things. And this is a 2-parter, so it's part 1, part 2. So it's a couple hours of really, he gets into some detail in this class.
And honest to gosh, one of my favorite things when I was selling is I sat down with a couple of girls, Megan Hill, Jen Clark, Abby Robertson. You'll remember
Shout
this
out.
maybe from long ago. Shout out to my girls. We spent a day. We sat and we put our phones away and we planned. We each did our own thing. We weren't planning together, but we forced ourselves into that space and did it and said, what is our year going to look like? What do we want to accomplish and how am I going to do it? And I think this will be a really great basis for that. So I'm excited to see it.
So those are on Tuesday.
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 Yep. And then Wednesday, he's got Buyer Bonanza.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Which is
we
a
all
good-
need more of those.
We
Buyers.
do. I think
Well, not
actually we
we.
need
Not
more.
we,
I think we
but-
need more listings. I
Right,
think
well,
is the
okay,
current
okay,
climate if
all
you're
right.
paying attention,
Sure,
Mr. Statsman.
Sure.
But
But in
it would
order
be
to
great.
sell those listings, we still have to have those buyers.
That is true. So I think
Okay.
that's a great one that you're going to want to take a look at as well. And I know you've got one of your favorites coming in as well.
So Tuesday, Marky Lemons Ryle. If you don't know Marky, which you may not have, she has been a 6-time national instructor at the national annual convention. So the one that moves around and has like 18,000 people come. Seriously, I've been in a couple of those classes. There's like 400 people in the room watching her. She is loved. She's funny. She's witty. She's been there and done that too. She's a best-selling author. She has written a couple books. She has, I don't know, she just has a spunk about her and like an engagement. Like I just like,
feisty.
give me more. Come on, Marky,
She's a
give me more.
Chicago
Oh yeah.
girl.
She's yeah, for sure. She's got a little Midwestern toughness to her too, right?
For sure.
So she's going to do Modern Real Estate Professional's Guide to Success, Part 1 and 2. And this is essentially a condensed version of her book, right? And she's really going to talk about what she thinks are like the top things you need to really succeed long term, not just, year 1 or year 2, right? So that's going to be a really good session. Again, Part 1, Part 2 on Tuesday. And then she takes Wednesday off. She had some other stuff going off on Wednesday for another association.
I know.
Which is fine.
I feel
which is
so
fine.
like,
I know.
oh.
And she's coming back Thursday, and she's doing how to pivot in uncertain times and to secure your future. Obviously, this year has been one of the most challenging years that any of us have ever went through. And she's going to talk about some things that she did that helped her get through it. But also in the future, who knows? Something else could come up and we've got to pivot. So she's going to talk about those. That's, again, another Part 1 and Part 2. That's on Thursday morning. Well, morning/afternoon. And the last one is You Are Essential. And she's going to talk about, what are some apps, what are some tools, what are some systems that you can use to make sure that you are like thought of as an essential part of the economy, someone's purchase, all of that.
I think
it's
more
so
than
good.
ever this year, I think realtors continue to prove their worth, and they continue to prove, how important they are to this transaction, that, you can't be running around willy-nilly,
Right.
that there's so much that goes into this, and, providing, articulating your value, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's your value proposition and how you move forward. And
And if we don't do that, then they forget about us
Right.
as realtors, and then, right?
Sure.
So we've got to keep that top of mind awareness of all the value that we bring.
For sure. Yeah.
So.
And so I think, registration is open. Super excited to see people. Tell your friends.
Bring your friends. Again, $50. A really, really, really great price this year. iowarealtors.com/convention is the URL. It's really easy. You need your NERDS number. Don't forget that leading 0 if you have a 0 in front.
Yes.
It's a 9-digit number.
You'll get
it's really
bounced.
easy. Yeah, it's really easy to sign up. We've had some questions, and I think let's cover those really quickly.
Sure.
So after they register, the question has been, well, what if I want to go back and change my sessions?
So right from that landing page. So
Right.
when you go to that iowarealtors.com/convention,
Right.
it brings you actually to the website for a convention. That's a unique website. It kind of redirects you to it. On that page, right below the new registration, is a button that says modify registration. You
Pretty
click
easy.
that, so easy. You click that, you put your NERDS number in, and away you go. You can change your agenda. You can change. There's not much to change in the registration if you're still planning on coming.
Right.
But again, you can change your sessions. We don't allow you to register for 2 sessions at once at the same time. So, choose what you think you're going to want to attend. And, if the day before you change your mind, then change your registration.
Yeah, it's going to be fairly easy for you to change your mind the day before too. When you get in that morning, you'll see the list of classes. You'll click join meeting or join
Now.
class.
Yep.
And then you'll jump in. So you don't have to. We're not going to strong arm you. And,
No.
you have to go to that class because you picked it beforehand. That's not
For sure.
not how this works.
Right.
So
Yeah.
just know that.
This is for you guys. And just a side note to that, while we're talking about the website, you'll also see a tab on there called Governance Schedule.
Ooh,
I know. We'll talk
governance.
more
What does that
about
mean?
we'll
I'm
we'll
scared.
talk more about this next week. So I don't want to give too. But check out our governance schedule. This is where our committees meet. This is where the work of the association
Sure.
really gets done. And we'd love to see you guys jump in and join if you haven't had a chance to come to Capital Conference or summer meetings or convention in the past. You're not really seeing that committee work being done. Or if you're at convention, you're more concerned, about getting your continuing education,
Right.
seeing the speakers. You're not probably going to opt in to go to communications. No, joking.
The best committee.
Duh.
Grace has just shed a tear behind the camera.
But again, take a look at that. You register for the sessions. We'll shoot you out a Zoom link once you register and we approve you. But it's a great place to kind of decide, if getting involved is... What are you
Three
doing?
weeks
I'm
away.
like...
3 weeks away. Now is the time. Get registered soon, please.
For sure, yeah.
Looking forward to it.
Yep.
Anything else?
No, our heart flutters a little bit every time we see those numbers spike. So, we wish we could be in person. We love seeing you guys, step up and join us online. We'll see you again soon, and we'll be back next week. at 10.
absolutely.
Wednesday at 10.
All right, sounds good.
Have a good
Take
one,
care.
guys.
Stay safe.